In this English speaking lesson, we're going to learn the common dialogues that you need to know when shopping for clothes. Hello, my name is Maddy from POC English, and in this lesson, we're going to improve our English speaking skill by learning the common dialogues that you need to know when shopping in English. This video is divided in 3 parts. The first part is about deciding where to go to shop for clothes. Step 2 is shopping for clothes. And the last part of the video is about returning an item to the store. In each part, I will first teach you the vocabulary and phrases that you need to know. And then you will see a dialogue in which I have tried to use all the new vocabulary of the lesson so that you know how to use them in speaking. Are you ready? Let's go! First, what is the difference between go shopping and do the shopping? Can you tell me? If you need to buy something that is the necessity of your day-to-day life, that is when you do the shopping. So you do the shopping if you need to buy groceries or bread or dairy such as milk and butter. On the other hand, if you need to buy something that is not a necessity of your daily life, for instance, a new pair of headphones, or I don't know, a new cell phone, or a new item of clothing, that is when you go shopping. So go shopping for headphones, hats, glasses, and do the shopping for bread, or dairy, or groceries. Alright, now the verb shop, which means to buy something, usually collocates with the preposition for. Shop for something. For example, shop for food, or shop for fruit, or shop for clothes. Now, I have a question. If you want to shop for clothes, where would you go? You can shop for clothes at high street stores or high street names. High street? What does that mean? High street? A high street store or a high street name is an ordinary shop selling normal clothes to ordinary people. They are usually very big and they mass produce the items of clothing. So the prices are reasonable and the quality is also acceptable. Where else could you shop at? Well, you could also shop for clothes at local boutiques. Boutique? What is that? A boutique is a small shop selling fashionable items of clothing. Now, a local boutique is a boutique in the vicinity of your house, in your neighborhood, not far away from you. It's within walking distance. You could walk, go to the local boutique, pick an item of clothing, pay for it, and come out. So you could shop for clothes at local boutiques. But where else? How about out-of-town retail outlets? Out-of-town retail outlet? What is that? Out-of-town retail outlets are usually very big shops located on the outskirts of the city. So it is not inside the city, but it's right outside the city. If you want to go there, you need to have a car. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. However, you will have a wide variety of options and choices. There are many stores and shops, and you can go to your favorite ones. You could also compare and weigh up price differences. So you can shop for clothes at high street stores, local boutiques, out-of-town retail outlets, and if you are rich, you could also go to designer boutiques. A designer boutique? What is that? Let's talk about the adjective designer. What is designer? Well, it's a person who designs something, that's right. But another meaning for designer is something that is made by a famous and fashionable designer, by someone who knows how to design. So a designer boutique is a boutique selling designer clothes. Now, what are designer clothes? Designer clothes or designer labels are the most expensive clothes you can find because they are made by famous designer brands. If you shop for clothes at designer boutiques, you will have to pay a lot of money. It might cost you an arm and a leg. By the way, to cost you an arm and a leg means to be very expensive. So you could buy designer shoes, designer jeans, a designer shirt, but that would be very expensive. It will cost you an arm and a leg. Okay, we have learned the vocabulary we need to know for the first part of this lesson. Now, let me show you a dialogue. Hey, what are you up to this afternoon? We've run out of groceries, so I'm gonna do the shopping. What about you? I'm invited to a party and I don't have any good clothes, so I'm going shopping. I love shopping for clothes. Where do you usually buy clothes from? I love going to out-of-town retail outlets, but unfortunately they are far away. You need a car for that. How about local boutiques? There are plenty of them around here. I don't really like them. They don't have many items of clothing. Perhaps I go to a high street name. Yeah, those are pretty big stores. But a guy like you can also buy from designer boutiques. You're rich. Oh, shut up. A pair of designer pants could cost me an arm and a leg. That was the end of part 1. Now, before we move to part 2, let me tell you something. It is the beginning of the new year 2023, and it is time to make big decisions. That is why it is called New Year's Resolution. Therefore, I have considered a massive discount on all 3 courses of mine for only 3 days. In the next 3 days, you can get all 3 courses and learn English from beginner to advanced, but only pay once. So instead of paying for the beginner course and then paying for the intermediate course and then paying for the advanced course, you can get all 3 of them and pay only for one. This is for you if you want to learn to speak English fluently by the end of 2023. To find out more, click on the link above my head or the link in the description down below. Remember, only 3 days. Now, it is time to go to part 2 of this lesson. Now, imagine you go to a store and you want to shop for clothes. Usually, the salesperson approaches you and asks, "May I help you?" What would you say? Well, if you don't have any questions, you can simply say, "I'm just browsing." I'm just browsing. It means I'm only looking. If I see anything interesting, I will let you know. Or if I have any questions, I will let you know. Simply say, "I'm just browsing." Now, imagine you see this beautiful, fashionable hat, and you have a question. This is black, but I want a white hat. So I can ask a question and say, "Excuse me, does this come in white?" I can use the phrase "come in." If you want to ask for a different color of an item of clothing, you can use "come in." Does it come in white? Does it come in black? Does it come in blue? Okay, I might want to buy this, but first, I need to try it on. To try on means to put it on and then look at yourself. Interesting. Now, when you want to try something on, where would you go? You would go to special rooms which are called the fitting rooms. In order to try on an item of clothing, you should go to fitting rooms. When you try them on, you might understand that the size is not okay. It does not fit me. It's either too tight or too loose. Or perhaps the size is okay. It's not tight and it's not loose. It's just that it doesn't suit you. It doesn't look good on you. No, it doesn't suit me. Sometimes some items of clothing may be on sale. To be on sale means they are being sold at a lower price. This hat is on sale. It means the price has been reduced. Now, when an item of clothing is on sale, you will see on the price tag that there is one price, there is a mark on it, and there is another lower price. Imagine on this hat, I see 100/80. So I have a question. How much is this hat? It's $80 marked down from 100. It's $80 marked down from 100. It means initially it was $100. Now it is marked down to 80. It's $80 marked down from 100. Okay, that's all you need to know for this second part. Let's see a dialogue.
Hello, may I help you? No, I'm just browsing. Let me know if I can help. Actually, one question. Does this come in black?
Yeah, but they are sold out.
See, they are very popular. Too bad. I really liked it. But this one's on sale. It's $75, marked down from $100. Interesting. Can I try it on? Sure, the fitting rooms are there. What do you think? Wow, I think it really suits you, sir. Yes, but don't you think it's a bit tight? No, it perfectly fits you. A bigger size would be loose.
And now it is time for the third part of this lesson. Why would you return an item of clothing back to the store? Because you may have found a problem with it. But what problem? Maybe you went home and noticed that the size is not okay, so it doesn't fit you. Maybe your friends or your family told you that it doesn't really suit you. Or even worse, it might be torn. Torn? What does it mean? Torn comes from the verb tear. Now, to tear means to pull something apart. This is to tear. Also pay attention to the pronunciation. Tear. It's not tear. Tear is the liquid coming down from your eye when you're sad. That's tear. This is tear. So you might go home and notice a tear. Notice that the hat is torn. And that is why you want to return it to the store. You want to take it back. To take back means to return to the store. There's a tear. I'm going to take this back. Now, when you want to take this item of clothing back to the store, the salesperson might ask, may I have a look? May I have a look? It means, can I see it? Oh. When you return an item of clothing, make sure you have the receipt, which is a piece of paper telling you how much you paid for that item of clothing and when you bought it. It's also a good idea to keep the price tag, which was the initial tag showing how much this item of clothing is. Now, when you take it back, if the salesperson agrees, you might want to exchange this for another item of clothing, a similar one. Exchange for. Exchange something for another thing. You might want to exchange this hat for another hat. Or perhaps you might want your money back. In that case, you need a refund. Now, refund can be a verb and a noun. As a verb, you can say, the shop will refund my money or will refund me. As a noun, you can say, I want to have a refund, and the shop will issue a refund. So you can ask for a refund, then the shop will issue the refund and you will have a refund. Or perhaps you can use it as a verb. The shop refunds you. Alright, that's all we need to know. Let's see a dialogue.
Excuse me, I bought this jacket yesterday and the sleeve is torn. Oh, may I have a look? Do you have the receipt? Sure, and I've also kept the price tag. Let me check. This size is no longer available. Would you like to exchange it for another jacket? No, I like this one. So, I'd like to have my money back. No problem, I'll refund your money.
That's it. I hope you've enjoyed this English speaking lesson. And don't forget, only for the next 3 days, you can buy all 3 courses of mine and learn English from beginner to advanced, but only pay for 1 course. Don't miss this chance. See ya!